Hello there, it's your Wisconsin wine guy, and here's another wine review for you. Again, these are wines that you can find in your everyday liquor store and grocery store and some wine shop shelves. I go through and I select a few wines and I come back and do a review, and with a very simple system of recommendation. Thumbs up, highly recommend. 3/4, it's not so bad, and I may even pick up a bottle or two and put on in my cellar. Halfway, not so much for me. It may be missing a few elements, but it may work for you. Give it a taste. Let me know what you think. Thumbs down. Well, that's an easy one. Get that wine out of here. Now, on today's show, and you guys know exactly how I feel about when I'm able to sample two wines from the same winery, and this is a very interesting one. I guess you can see I probably enjoyed these wines a little bit too much. As usual, I open up the wines a day or two ahead, pour some wine out. In this case, I poured a little bit too much. Give the wines a chance to breathe, and everything will be even. I also pour both wines together, then do a tasting of each before I give you my opinion. Now, so you kind of got a sneak peek at the label, didn't you? But so today's show is going to be about the winery Chronic Cellars. Now, for those who don't know much about Chronic Cellars is the brainchild of two brothers, Josh and Jake Beckett. Now, you may not know them personally, but they born and grew up and worked around their family-owned winery in Paso, Robles, Petite Canyon Estates. So now they're still in Paso Robles and created, after years passed and being adults themselves, decided to stay in the wine business and create their own brand called Chronic Cellars. And Chronic Cellars is a melange of different wines, producing wines of different blends, whites, reds, rosés. So looking forward to not only tasting these with you, but also to taste through some of their other wines. So catchy labels, you'll find, their labels in the market is very catchy, and different names. So on my right here, we have Chronic Cellars, the 2017 Sweet Petite is what they call it. All right, I'll tell you about the grapes shortly. And then on my left is going to be the Chronic Cellars 2017 Purple Paradise. You know what's so cool about this? This is just in time for a Halloween. So you don't have to get a scary wine to get a delicious wine with, Halloween type labels. I mean, how cool is that? All right, so I'm going to pour them both into the glass. Haley's corker, keeping it fresh. Man, I wanted to taste these wines over a period of a couple of hours and a couple of days, just to give a true open opinion. It seemed a little tight, when I originally opened up the wines, and that's why I usually don't give my opinion of the wines when they are freshly open. All right, so in this case, I'm going to switch my order here. All right, I'm going to switch. I'm going to go with the Chronic Cellars Purple Paradise first, and then the Chronic Cellars Sweet Petite, and I'll tell you why here shortly. So now, for the 2017 Purple Paradise, Paso Robles, and this is a blend of Zinfandel, 78% Zinfandel, so it's primarily Zinfandel, Petite Syrah, Syrah, and Grenache, all Paso Robles fruit. Let's give that a smell. Oh my, I mean, that just smells lovely. Look at that color, the density of that color. In fact, I'm going to do them, well, I got to switch the glasses too. Whoops, I switched the bottles and switched the glasses. Now, look at that color. It still has a nice density of color, but compared to the one I showed you earlier, so here's the Purple Paradise, here is the Sweet Petite. I mean, it's rather darker than Sweet Petite. Especially when I'm looking at it from an angle that you really can't see. The Purple Paradise is a little bit lighter, but still has dense in color. So we're talking deep purple, almost like blackberry color. On the nose, you get a little plum, definitely spice, subtle background of wood. Not necessarily smoke so much, but just that kind of cedar or wood taste. Nose, I should say. And now for the Sweet Petite. The Sweet Petite grapes are going to be Petite Syrah, that's it, Petite Syrah and Syrah. Let's give that a nose. I mean, again, definitely you get, more brightness on the Purple Paradise. but you get deep density, deep, dense berry fruit, on the petite, petite or sweet petite. Rightfully so. I mean, Petite Syrah. So we got plum, spice, cassis, dark berries abound, and again, very subtle in the background. Little notes of wood. All right, now for the taste. Both of these are coming in at 14% alcohol. All right, taste first for the Purple Paradise. Or should I say, the Ritz. Now, you know me how I feel about wine, whether it be red or white. Acidity is very important to me. So right out the gate, the Purple Paradise makes my mouth water. It is lively. Now for the taste. All right. Now, considering Zinfandel, Petite Syrah on this one here, and Syrah, you would think that this wine would be like so dense and rich and chewy, but it's actually very pleasant, very elegant to drink. It's not very heavy, ripe tasting fruit. Going all the way through it. Again, the acidity, my mouth is still watering from it. I mean, nicely balanced on my palate. Okay, now, very light. I myself couldn't tell you that it was 14% alcohol, 14.5% alcohol. Now for the Sweet Petite, which again is Petite Syrah and Syrah. For the Ritz, and again, nice mouth-watering acidity. More tannins coming from the Sweet Petite than those coming from the Purple Paradise. Okay, so Sweet Petite, a little bit denser, richer, a little bolder. Again, we're talking Petite Syrah and Syrah. So you got that deep background of fruit, but you also got that strong structure, tannic structure there. But it's not overpowering. I would say like medium tannins. I'm gonna go back to the Purple Paradise and test those tannins again. Wow, I can really get it off of that one. I mean, the tannins come through now because I just had that one, but not heavy on the tannins, but again, more elegant, a little bit rich, a little bolder, but both wines are very approachable. So let's give you a rating. So Chronic Cellars Purple Paradise Wisconsin Wine Guy gives you a thumbs up. I mean, I would recommend this wine as a decent everyday drinking wine. As a wine that would pair well with probably quite a bit of different types of foods. Maybe just want to simply have it with a pizza or tacos. Who knows? But thumbs up for the Chronic Cellars 2017 Purple Paradise, and for the Sweet Petite. Again, one would think that it would be jammy, but it's not. Neither one of these wines are jammy. But the Sweet Petite would have a little bit more density to it, a little bit more, richness of fruit, more tannins. But again, subtle acidity, not as crisp or as mouth-watering as the Purple Paradise, but approachable and drinkable. So I'm going to give that one a thumbs up too, because I would enjoy that wine. Again, having it with almost anything. I probably wouldn't go steak with it. I would go something a little more subtle with it, not necessarily a steak. But for you, you may want a steak. So again, Wisconsin Wine Guy gives the Chronic Cellar Wines Purple Paradise 2017 and Sweet Petite 2017 a 2 thumbs up. And we'll see you next time. And as always, let your palate be the guide when selecting your wines. And we'd love to hear what you think of it in the comments below. Bye.